Please give it up for our next generation of filmmakers and journalists. And it's interesting when I do interviews, and oftentimes it's the proverbial Howard graduate, Hampton graduate, Clark Atlanta University graduate. Where I went to school, University of Georgia, which has a strong journalism department. But I've always felt like a surrogate student of Howard because I'm constantly And so it's interesting because a lot of times I speak to these young journalists. I want y'all to listen to this now. And I realize that we haven't, as a people, as a black people, we haven't done a great job at all times in terms of doing research before we sit down and actually converse with somebody that we've been hired to sit down and converse. We haven't. And I sit there and I think to myself, it's the typical thing. It's a beautiful sister that, and usually the sisters are being hired a lot more than brothers. I was a journalist major, but when I go to National Association of Black Journalists, which I go to pretty regularly, you see so many incredibly gifted young sisters, which always makes my heart leap. Ironically, once I get in interviews with many of them, and maybe not specifically the ones that I see when I'm at those conferences, I'm sure they're doing better, but a lot of the people that I speak to, I realize that the questions are the same questions. We're not challenging ourselves to learn more about our own product. When I say product, people that come from our community. I thought about King Ali being laid to rest yesterday, and obviously he was the people's champ, which, if you think about it, the translation of that is that he belonged to the people. But, again, he's a product of blackness.
That's right. That's right.
And we all of us, I wouldn't be on stage talking to you guys if I didn't hear God clearly say to me that I had a call, literally to put food on the table as an actor, but figuratively in much grandiose way to give back to you. That's the only reason that I'd ever be able to act or write a poem or spit a poem. It's just give back to you. So, in this next generation, my challenge to you guys, how many people, raise your hand if you're 20 years old and younger in here? Woo! All right. 21, that's cool. So, my challenge to you, and I hope that the elders in the room, those older than you, even 25 and up, that we would all be in agreement when we say, what is priceless for us, and y'all are laughing, but y'all don't know why you're laughing. I'm not saying a joke right now. What's priceless for me is when I sit back and I watch you from 15, 14 years old on to going to college and then graduating from college and then taking the reins of all industries in your own hand, from engineering to teaching to law to medicine to entertainment to publicity to marketing to business to finance. When y'all get to that place, we will all sit back and we will go, that's exactly where the country is supposed to go, no matter whether Donald Trump claims differently.
That's right.
So the youth matters, and what really matters to us is that you guys read, and read things that they're not even asking you to read. The teacher wants you to read, you read that, and you make sure that you go, you sneak under your bed, and you figure out a book to read that nobody asked you to read.
That's right.
Something that nobody would expect you to look at.
That's right.
You just get that mind as fat as possible. You just get that mind so fat, so by the time you are where you need to be in life, or that you're called to be in life, God meets your call. He'll do his work. But by the time you get thrown in, and the adage goes, when you're thrown into the wolves, and I think the adage is that because if you get thrown into the wolves, you either get fight or flight. The wolves are either going to eat your little behind alive, or you're going to survive, and you're going to stand the test of time, which is all that we ever wanted for you guys. So.